Give me coffee in the morning, gotta have the coffee. Wake me up, shake me up, dip me like a lassie. One sip, two sips, and I'm feeling so alive. Coffee in the morning, it's the best way to survive. Woke up in the morning, sleepy eyes yawning. Jumped out of bed, started the day, opened the curtains. Felt the cool breeze, the sun shining on my face. But something was missing, I needed my job to chase. Give me coffee in the morning, give me coffee in the morning, gotta have the coffee. Wake me up, shake me up, dip me like a lassie. One sip, two sips, and I'm feeling so alive. Coffee in the morning, it's the best way to survive.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I hope you are having a good morning on this Monday morning. Yeah, what a way to start off the week. I hope y'all had a good weekend. I think a lot of us had a similar weekend, and boy, was it a lot, right? We're going to get into it. Y'all come on in here and get your coffee, your tea, whatever that morning vice might be. This morning, we all might need a shot of whiskey in the coffee. Like, for real. If I had whiskey, I don't know, I might attempt it today. Probably not a good thing. I'm not going to allow someone else to drive me to drinking. Good morning, everybody. Welcome on in here. My mod team is here. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming in. And let me pull up the chat here because it's ridiculous on the restream. I don't know what's going on, as usual, with that. It's never like in real time. Okay. Oh boy. My devices are like, we're still asleep, ma'am. Carrie, welcome in. Good morning. Pit Bulls across America, welcome in. Danny, welcome in as well. Firefly is here with us this morning. And good morning, Jeff. Good morning. All right. Butterfly is joining me today, guys, on the panel. How are you this morning, ma'am?
I'm good. I'm good. Just frustrated with the current situations.
A little frustrated with the current situations. That's a nice way to put it, isn't it? To try to put it, because it could have been a lot worse. That's so true, though. I think we're all feeling a little perplexed. We're all feeling a
Morning,
little,
everyone.
we got in our feels because somebody put us there last night. And I'm not
Very
going to
much.
apologize for that. I was already a little feeling some kind of way before last night, right? And so, for those of you just joining, thank you for coming in. We're going to be talking about the hidden true crime of it all. Lauren Matthias. I really didn't think I was going to talk about this stuff today.
Yeah.
I wasn't even sure if I was going to go live today. Honestly, I got some things going on at home I need to tend to over the next week to two. So I'm going to be busy. But wow, the more I saw, the more it was like, wow. And then, so for those of you who haven't been following, it's like it's hard not to follow at the moment because you can't get away from it on the YouTubes. You can't get away from it on the X because somebody decided that it was more important and more valuable to take a legal matter out of the court's hands and take it to the court of public opinion instead. Lauren Matthias, you made that decision all on your own.
And made it worse by attacking families.
Yeah. So it was bad enough that she came out and gaslit and tried to cancel Law and Crime for doing their job. And no, I don't feel some type of way about them coming in there and recording anything because guess what? This is our country. It is the legal justice system. Cameras in the courtroom. So don't feel bad because they were turned on you for a moment. We weren't going to hear your son's just stuff. We weren't. But we needed to hear everything else, right? To make an informed
Mm-hmm.
decision. But you took it out of the court's hands and you flat out blamed law and crime publicly that it was their fault. You had no choice in the matter. They forced your hand. We were all like, red flag, red flag, red flag. But the people in their feels and their empathy all over the place wanted to gaslight us into thinking we were wrong morally for thinking it was okay for law and crime to go in there. So it's big bad law and crime's fault now. Well, Lauren, I'm pretty sure that I've seen videos of how you were telling a victim's family member all about how you watched everything play out on law and crime in their court case, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, that was your first red flag. 9 hours of a meltdown that everybody was here for and wanted to support because that's not right. A stalker in the bushes, somebody following you, man or woman, I don't know. Him. I don't know what's going on, but you have an individual terrorizing and stalking you. And I'm imagining, my God, this woman's being followed. She's being threatened in some way. Turns out that wasn't the case at all. And then after the 9 hours and telling the world all your business, you felt unsafe on YouTube suddenly because us low grade YouTube crimers who are full of trauma and drama and are here for clicks and views, we were unsafe now because what's doctor says she's got style. So they got afraid and took it to a Patreon behind a paywall. And boy, they said some interesting things behind that paywall that were quite disturbing, actually.
Yep.
And then people wanted to go out and just express their opinions. That was a mistake. We are not allowed to do that. We're not allowed to have opinions. We're not critical thinkers. Lauren is a grade above everyone else, according to her husband. And we'll get into that. Dr. John's analysis.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Oh boy, as Kay Woodcock would say.
Did she mean as critical thinkers that question everything? That's where I got there, like, not even 10 minutes of that
We
9
weren't
hour
supposed
live,
to
and I
question
was
anything in her
pretty much.
case. We were supposed to accept the narrative that was told to us. And there were people who pushed back, and we were like, wait a minute.
Yep.
And then we were gaslit everywhere for going, wait a minute. Two sides to every story, innocent until proven guilty. You're literally coming out and calling an individual a stalker. Then we all get the court hearing. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
We got the court hearing. The facts of the case. We got the facts right in front of our face. We could hear it with our own ears. I didn't need a boots on the ground reporter to go all rogue and tell me what was said. I heard it with my own ears, and I heard loud and clear what the judge in the case said. If you haven't watched it, I advise you to go watch that because it's important. Then
Yeah.
we get the legal documents. Oh boy, we love our legal documents around here because we base what we talk about on facts. When we discuss opinions and theories, we make that clear. But y'all that have been here a hot minute know that. We will spend, hours deep diving some damn documents. Should be deep diving a few of those in Idaho 4 where real victims were murdered in a home and completely trashed for 3 solid years on TikTok. Their entire lives exposed on TikTok. But we're going to cry because a little tiny account not many folks heard of put out 50 videos and never named you. The only people would have known that was about you were people in the industry who knew who that girl was and knew of y'all's working relationship. Those few people knew. But I didn't see anybody run into the masses with all that. Lauren, you told us all about it. So we dove in doing what we do.
Yeah,
And
she
we were like,
lied.
yeah, we're like, this is stalk. Okay, this is social media campaign against you, obviously, but has it risen to the level of stalking? According to the judge, no. And then you go freedom of speech. How's this going to affect all of us going forward with freedom of speech? So don't come at us with the Constitution, too, ma'am. Is your husband a scholar on the Constitution of the United States of America? That document that I remember being so impressed with as a child when it was introduced to me, and how I had to memorize it for school. I didn't forget that. It stuck with me my entire life because it was such an important document. There to protect all of our rights and freedom of speech.
Mhm.
Last night, the family members of Lori Vallow's victims chose to exercise their constitutional right to speak out and share their experience, sit in their truth. Lauren, you tried to silence them. You sent web sleuths over there with a little text message warning the niece of Charles Vallow. Remember that man that you compared yourself to? I feel like Charles Vallow, running around trying to express my concern and nobody's listening. The authorities aren't listening. Man, the judge listened. He granted you a temporary injunction. You withdrew your case. Charles Vallow, bless his heart, you had the balls to compare yourself to that man. And then when his family chose to sit in their truth, you sent one of your little people over there and asked her not to go live and spread misinformation. Misinformation, ma'am. That 9 hours of bullshit misinformation we heard don't matter, does it? And then because Kresha doesn't cave and stands in her truth as always and kept going with her live stream, and then her mother, the grandmother of JJ Vallow, comes on to speak her truth. And these women are polite. They're not disparaging. They're not slinging mud. They're not talking shit behind your back the way you did them. I think Kay even said she still loves you. She's got a lot of concern for you, apparently. We're going to call her a liar now. Something wrong with Kay? Don't you dare.
Mhm.
I remember saying the other day on my live stream, I interrupted myself reading a document, and I said, wait a minute. Let me find out she says one bad thing about this family, Kay and Larry. Let me find out. Because I also said if it wasn't for Lauren's coverage, I probably wouldn't have got to know Kay and Larry the way I did. Well, guess what? Turns out you were just another podcaster and another person to help get the story out about what that monster Lori Vallow did to this family and to her children. And you also were just another person trying to get an interview with a family member to exploit their feelings, to pull at the heartstrings of a nation when it was already a disgusting, horrible story, and we absolutely felt for this family without ever knowing them. I didn't know Kresha until recently. But I've always looked up to Carrie and Larry and Kay Woodcock. Always. You know why? They were so genuine and they wanted to keep the story of their family members out there and what Lori and Chad did to them. It
You're
was
so
about
right.
nothing else. Nothing else, right, Butterfly? Go ahead, ma'am. You got
No,
some
it's
things to
okay.
say too.
No, you go ahead.
um, I was so appalled that she sent Trisha from Web Sleuths to try to stop her. And then because none of that worked, by the end of that live stream after Kay came and spoke, Hidden True Crime copyright struck Kresha and took her live down.
Because even said in the beginning of the live that that live was meant for her to take her power back. So it meant something, like,
This is
and
that's the
even knowing that she did that.
She did. Kresha said this is about taking back my power, our family's power, basically,
Hmm.
taking it out of the hands of this narrative being fed out there. But Lauren had a problem with somebody else speaking their truth, just like she had a problem with her alleged stalker. We see how you handle your problems with women. Women like you give women a bad name. True crime podcasters like you give the entire industry a bad name. You want to keep doubling down on we're just bullshitters out for clicks and views and we're messy. Ma'am, you're the messy one. You've been going behind people's backs for a long, 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 long time talking smack about them. To women that you now claim were just mere work acquaintances. If you speak that way to mere work acquaintances, really? Wow, that's rich. That says a lot about you. Are you chatting it up with a lady at the gas station about private family business? Oh, wait. Are you in one of your little Facebook groups running amok? Running amok in the Facebook groups. Let me dig in. She loves to join those Facebook groups and dig all in. Well, you got yourself mixed up with a bunch of ladies out of Idaho. And let me just put this out there. Lori Vallow is getting the last laugh. Are y'all happy, Lauren? You happy? This all stems from Lori damn Vallow? For real? Lori said, hold my beer. I'm going to open this portal right here, right now, in this courtroom while I sit like a fucking zombie. And I'm going to possess every one of these bitches over here in this corner. And look at the
Well, she
walk.
can open it up
Look at the
further.
walk they've walked the past few years. Tearing each other alive behind the scenes, apparently, over Lori Vallow. And going at these family members of the victims of Lori Vallow is disgusting. I need to get my thoughts together now because I got some notes to go over and I got some more stuff to say. So let me take a look at chat. Welcome in, everybody. Butterfly, jump in. I know I can be hard to shut up sometimes.
You're on a roll, woman. I'm gonna let you go.
I know I'd be hard to shut up sometimes. You can't
No, I
silence.
think Lord should open up that portal and suck her and all her minions along with her
I shut Lori's
adopted
portal down
husband.
a long time ago. Lori's got no power, but I can bring her
No,
back any minute to do some work if I need to.
well, she can keep her and her portal.
I
I'm
walk
just
in the light. Lori walks in the dark. Come on. She's gone to bed. I tried to tell everybody I put her ass to bed. Y'all leave her there. But this is obvious to me since they want to holler about portals and all this and that. Lori worked her magic, and look at these girls now. Y'all go ahead and write books about me and trash each other. This ain't about none of y'all. This was never about you, Lauren, or your hidden true crime channel. Never.
what's hidden is what I want to know.
What's hidden's coming
Hmm.
to light.
Yeah.
It's over with. It's done.
Well, she made it worse because it went from a small group to now everybody knows. So what does she think that's gonna do? Not gonna make it better. It's gonna make
I
it
don't know what
worse.
this woman's
She
thinking
did
at
it,
this point. Here's what I
and then
think.
now she attacked families.
I
No.
don't think the woman's right in the head at the moment. Apparently, bad decisions are being made everywhere, wanting to come out and cry about this and that, telling us we're trying to send people out here who are full of empathy and respect, and you're using them to pull at our heartstrings that we shouldn't be, making fun of your eyebrows. I don't do that. I don't give a fuck about your stupid eyebrows, your Botox, all that. I leave all that alone. What's that? That takes away from what you actually did. I could sit here all
Hmm.
day long as a woman and tear down your stupid ass looks. I don't care if you don't even wash your hair. Honey, do you. Throw that shit in a messy bun. Go makeupless. I do not care. I'm not your girl for all. I don't care about your damn extensions and stuff and your eyelashes. I
It's
don't
on
care.
the inside that's rotten like that one.
I don't care what nobody looks like.
Yeah.
But truth be known, if I see you, that energy might just go, whoa, red flag to me, and I'm just like Web Sleuth. The very first time I ever viewed that lady, my energy flag went, whoa, off the charts.
Same.
Off the charts. But nobody are like, "What are you talking about? That lady's nice. She's got a website." Okay. Y'all know I
Yeah.
can go make a website today, right? Y'all know that? I can come out here and tell you whatever the hell I wanna tell you to get you to support it. Hell, I can come cry that my hot water heater just broke in about 5 minutes if y'all do a GoFundMe. That's a bad
Okay,
joke
did you see
else.
Forrest comment
Can you
about
explain
copyright
copyright
strikes?
strikes, how they work? People are asking. So, when you play another person's stuff, right? Their work or whatever, their content. We are supposed to be able to use it for fair use, educational purposes only type thing, and stop and commentate. Well, we did that when we reviewed Lauren Matthias's interview with
Hmm.
Detective Jerry Holman from Delphi, Indiana. We did that, used her interview because she got the interview. It was nothing to do with you, Lauren. Get it straight, girlfriend. That had nothing to do with you. I didn't even care about you. I needed to hear what Holman had to say. So I was totally unfocused off of you. Wasn't looking at your damn eyebrows and critiquing you. I'm focused on Jerry Holman talking about his investigation techniques into the Delphi case. You know that case where you stole Grayson at and created a ruckus with girls. That case. Anyway, I just lost my train of thought completely. Hold on.
Sorry.
No, you're good. So the copyright strike. So she struck Joe Schmo, which is everybody knows that name, especially now. If you didn't before, you do now. Um, so she copyright struck him because we watched her show, and then I guess Cresha. At some point, I left Cresha's show. At some point, I had a phone call. Right. I think I even talked to you briefly for a minute, Butterfly. So I didn't see
Hmm.
what Cresha was doing when the copyright strike came out. Did she play a clip from Lauren's video?
I think she had been playing like throughout the whole live, but the part where she got struck, I missed that part.
Well, the parts that I was watching, she never showed one thing that Lauren did. Not one thing from the videos. So I was a little confused. I was like at the end, toward the end, because I was up there for the whole thing for Kay. She had a guest on
Yeah.
after that. I saw most
Hmm.
of that, and then at some point she did get struck. So I don't know, if she's showing clips of Lauren right now.
She's
Everybody,
playing the video, but with no sound in the
okay,
background.
she's going to be able to go against it. It's just Lauren being Lauren,
Yeah.
right? It's
She thinks
that's
she's above everybody and more special than entitled
well,
is the
according to her
word that I
husband, she
use.
is. She's got style. We'll get into the definition of that in a minute, won't we, Dr. John, in your clinical diagnosis of the world? I'm
Word
calling
salad.
you, sir. We'll be there in a minute. Because you want to talk psychoanalysis, that's my shit, man. I'm all over it. I didn't go to school for it, but I've been told by my therapist, you should be the therapist. Yeah, I know, lady. I know. I know. but I can't save the world. Hopefully, sharing my experiences through life will help somebody get there. Like people who lose loved ones. The Christy Gonzalez's of the world who absolutely break my heart. But I don't start my lives out every day about how much my heart's going to break today. Call me a hard ass. But I could teach you a thing or two about how to protect yourself as an empath, Megan, and I mean that with all my heart and soul, because you got used. And that, Lauren, is so sad that you did that. You couldn't be honest with the people around you. Kay tried to tell you what months ago, come to find out. And stand up, ma'am, and call Kay Woodcock a liar. The world dares you right now.
Mhm.
Literally, it's a dare. She warned you months and months ago how to handle this situation, how to let it go, Lauren. Let it die down, Lauren. No, 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 no. You gotta be a messy little woman. That kind of lady I ain't never liked in my entire life.
Yeah.
Who's got time for that stuff in their lives? Not me.
Mhm.
But to find out, not only were you speaking bad about creators, okay, that's a whatever. Creators, I guess they talk shit about each other. I don't study them. I've studied one, but he gets under my skin, and I've said it 1,000 times. But don't force my hand.
Yeah.
So, creator smack talking, stealing their employees. Okay, God, Jesus Christ. Employees is not about y'all either. Producers, oh my God. Producers, I swear to God. I'm here for the victims and I got producers. And look at my fancy backdrop. Y'all help me pay for it. Y'all like it? Hocus pocus. I need coffee to focus. I don't want the bells and whistles. But here you are copyrighting striking this family because they sat in their truth for a moment and were very fair to you, Lauren. Very fair to you. Kay didn't trash talk you. And the fact that knowing they are fully aware you said things about that family. In fact, this is what you said about Kresha. Somebody says to Lauren, I think the thing that makes me the most mad is that I don't like hypocritical self righteousness. Me neither. Like that, I swear that's the worst thing in the world. Those people who sit on that pew come Sunday and sit in judgment all week long. I don't care what religion you're from, that's what you do. Not y'all, but those people. Kresha and Elle, mom, are great examples, but they are small. So we can be mad, but roll our eyes. They're small. But y'all can roll your eyes at the victim's family. What makes Kresha so small? Her channel or her as a person? She has no valid feelings, thoughts, opinions. No, not a critical thinker. She's not articulate enough for you, Lauren. She says the F word a little too many times for you, Lauren. You fake ass bitch. Freedom of speech and all. Lauren says, to correct myself, I don't just roll my eyes at Kresha. I find her actions despicable and destructive. Wow, that's a pretty strong statement. about a victim's family member. What's so despicable and destructive about Kresha? That she explores the LDS, that religion you belong to, Lauren? That religion that y'all say had nothing to do with what Chad and Lori were doing, but yet y'all go down multiple rabbit holes about that religion and what Lori and Chad were doing. It's all about sex and money and religion. Can we own it? Mormon stories. I saw your Mormon stories, ma'am, and it was weird. But we'll save your Mormon stuff for another day. All right. Let me. Oops. I wasn't going to play any of her stuff here. I think Jay for Justice had a video up where they had someone did an AI version of the Patreon. And I've seen other things from that Patreon because I'm not going to pay her ass to go watch it. There's enough people that have clipped it and put it all over X. All over the X. Thank you, people. We appreciate the hard work. Look at that, Lauren. True crimers doing what they do. But we're bad for asking questions. We're bad for not running with a narrative that you were trying to feed to us. And you wonder why you're not trustworthy. I don't think you wonder that at all. Narcissists don't think about much more than themselves, right?
Right.
Let me see what's going on here. Irish Luna, welcome in. Real happy, serious black. Good morning. Pokemon, welcome in, everybody. If you guys don't mind, hit the like button. Let me grift for a moment. I don't know how that's done. And all I got is please hit the like button. Gets us into the algorithm. It gets the victim stories out there. They were silenced by a narcissistic true crime podcaster. Nothing more than that. A true crime podcaster.
Well, now she's going to come back stronger because I don't see nobody's silenced this question.
Nobody's
And we're all
silenced.
behind her.
Who did she think she was dealing with when she tried to
Exactly.
silence Kresha? Excuse
Mhm.
anybody for that matter. Anybody for that
Exactly.
matter. I'm looking beyond the bullshit right now. All your girl drama that started all this, apparently, and you just being a messy woman and talking smack, all that aside, you chose to also do it about victims' families and use them. So going back to getting to know these family members. So Kay says, can't show you because the live was taken down. You know, multiple people reaching out, people are doing stories on this. Everybody's talking about this case. They were just one of those people. And they did get to, know them a little bit. They went and had some meals together and this and that. They did that with a lot of people. So at some point, though, Lauren begins to create content. And the content is heavily focused on her relationship with this family.
Using their name.
Using them to draw in the masses. I'm here for the families. Okay. Well, turns out Kate found that a little strange because you were using old pictures and stuff that she had supplied you and things like that for your shows. But you're sitting here acting like you and John have a special bond, and only you two have this little friendship with Kay and Larry. That's how you packaged it and sold it. I was there. I saw it with my own eyes, but I didn't know that's what you were doing. Make that clear. That's how you sold it to the masses. So when your husband says you have style under his definition and the fact that you don't conform and that makes you smarter than the rest of us. Lady, you and your husband need to take a moment.
Yep.
And I say that with kindness because you have a child. And I know nothing about your home life and your situation. For what I can observe from afar, I don't knock women who have a career and the husband takes on a lot of the domestic, if you will, type duties. I could care less. Someone's got to do it. Someone's going to be the breadwinner and the workaholic. Someone's got to take care of the home and the child. If y'all can figure that out and you're both good with that situation, do you. I hold no judgment to working women who's got the stay at home dad. Go, girl. I did it for a couple years myself. Come at me. It worked out fine for about 5 years. And then I'll get bored with a situation. I'm ready to change it up. Whatever works for you does work for you. But when you neglect your home life and become a workaholic, and that's what becomes your consumption, you need to look at the mirror and ask yourself some questions. And don't turn to your husband for medical advice right now. I think ethically, that's probably not a good idea. I think there's some kind of ethical guidelines about stuff like that. Pretty sure that would be an issue. Oh, and also your court of public opinion expert you brought in on mental health was your husband. Again, blurred lines and all. I'm not cool with that either. Could you get me another expert, please? Because you know what? I might have a little style too, Lauren. I may not have worked for an ABC affiliate nowhere and got myself on TV, but here I am, a little old lady out of Northwest Florida, expressing her opinion on the internet, hosting True Crime Families, and I've been screaming from the rooftops for 3 years, please quit tearing down the Idaho 4 victims. But I didn't come and use them to make me some money. Not one time. And it's appalling right now. I'm floored and I'm appalled at this whole situation that it's gotten to this level.
Mhm.
The name calling, the face painting of our eyebrows, all the silly things that are quite comical. And Queen Bee, ma'am, God bless you for cracking me up. Jay,
Yep.
you've done a pretty damn good job of that yourself. I ain't gonna lie. I can live in the flesh too, Lauren. I can also be articulate when I need to be, when I want to be, but I'm not fake. What you see is what you get. I don't know how to do fake. I don't like fake anything in my life. It's like that's so disgusting and ugh. But what you did last night, I can't.
Same.
What she did last night was beyond. It started off with sending someone a text message about not spreading misinformation, the victim's family member, and when you comparing herself, she said she's outspoken like Tylee Ryan.
It's sick. Mhm.
Outspoken like
It's sick.
Tylee Ryan, Lauren? You better sit down with that mess. All the way down. That is a child that you didn't even know. You were provided stories about her through Kay and Larry Woodcock and Colby. That's how you got to know Tylee. Through her family, who love her and miss her daily. You gonna compare yourself to a 16-year-old girl? I'm
and
outspoken.
exploit it.
I'm outspoken. Lauren, grown ass woman, outspoken. You got a problem with it? I'm not playing your stuff, so you can't copyright strike me. I'm gonna give your shit the airtime if my life depended on it. Honest to God. Let's be real.
If anything, she's the one that shouldn't have a platform. She exploited the family. She manipulated them, earned their trust, and then just trashed it.
You don't do it.
Mm-mm.
You do not set out. You don't seek out a family member thinking. What? Don't tell me you don't got an end game when you do that. Creators, do not tell me you don't have an end game when you damn well do that. Do not say, don't you dare say it's for victims. Don't dare do it. There's nothing wrong with supporting those family members. I've supported family members here on this channel day in and day out without ever having to platform the family. Ever. The only time transparency that I ever reached out to Christy Gonzalez was to let her know, mother to mother, I understand and I see you. Period. Nothing else needed to be said. And I got
Right,
to
and that's different from getting involved in.
no, I didn't want to be involved. I made it very clear to her. I do have and I reached out on my private Facebook, but I made it clear I was a true crime personality on the YouTubes, and I had no desire to talk to her publicly. It was not
Mhm.
about that. Woman to woman, who have both lost a child under very different circumstances. Broke my heart when I saw her go on TV and say how she drew from a memory of thinking about Kaylee, and she goes to the window and she looks outside that window and people are carrying on with their lives. There's laughter, there's movement, and all she could think about was stop. Kaylee is gone. Stop a minute. I felt that in my soul because I did the same thing. Can we just stop for a moment and acknowledge she's gone? So stop using families. Stop having an end game when you start a YouTube channel. I came to the YouTube to talk about true crime cases, which if you talk about them and you get into the documents and how things happened and all of these things, and then you end up following to the like a trial, if you do it with integrity and you do it right, fairly, you're bringing justice to the case and you're helping the families without ever having to get icky involved. Period. So I'm sick and tired of hearing I'm here for families and victims and blah blah blahs. Okay, as if I'm not. Insult me some
When
more.
you, and when you do it the right way, you're giving them a voice, not taking it away.
Exactly. It's about giving them the voice, not me becoming the voice.
Hmm.
This is about the victims' families having a voice, not the creator becoming the voice. Y'all don't own these cases. Nobody has dibs on a damn case. And that's what happened in this situation. Bunch of women behind the scenes thought they all had dibs on Lori Vallow's case. Dibs on the family members. And that's weird and sick. Don't tell me it wasn't for clicks and views, the story of it all. Mainstream media, social media, talented or talents, whatever you want to call these people anymore. Whatever. Lauren Matthias, you left national TV, mainstream media, and you came to be a YouTuber. You're a YouTuber, ma'am. That's all you are. It's like,
Reality check.
right. That's like a huge reality check. Look, Heifer, you need a reality check. Look what you said about her. Despicable and destructive. Called the family member despicable and destructive and then tried to silence her in every way you could last night. She's despicable and destructive. I beg to differ. I think you're that's your definition of yourself. Project
Mhm.
much. For Pitbull, I've been hearing tale of that happening. I don't normally watch that guy on the regular. I never watched him during Karen Reed. I just see stuff on Twitter, but I'm sure it's
She sure
quite
didn't
comical.
copyright strike him. He's been playing all her
Care.
videos.
Turtle Boy don't give a fuck. Bring it, Laura Matthias. I'll draw some more eyebrows on in a minute, he says. He's probably got on right
He said, "Hold my beer."
both hands. Fuck.
Right?
If you haven't seen Lauren's Patreon, I don't encourage you to go pay for it, but go to X and just do a quick search. You'll see a bunch of things pop up. Now, one thing that did come from the live last night that I have, because we have some beautiful friends in this space who go to work pretty quick. Look at that, Lauren. People in this space go to work pretty quick, ma'am.
Mhm.
As fast as you can blink those fake eyelashes. Here we
X
go.
is on fire. I'll tell you that much.
Okay, let me. Oh, wait. Okay, let me pull this up and I'm going to share it. This is from a post by our friend All Eyes on Delphi. Is an X post. Now, hang on. Let me do something first. Hold on. This really isn't about like viewer discretion because it's not like something bad is said. Kay Woodcock's going to express her feelings, and I want it to be clear this is one woman's thoughts and opinions and feelings, and they're valid. And I'm not doing this to stir the pot or to create drama, but I believe in giving the victims of that family their voice. The same way I allowed Lauren to have her voice. The same way her voice has been shoved down my throat by her and her husband in their narrative. All the way down my throat. Wasn't bad enough you came out your 9-hour live and you're under your Patreon paywall bullshit. Then you come out with another rebuttal video. And your husband analyzed all of us. We're the psychopaths. You have style. So I'm going to play Kay Woodcock in her own words for those who didn't hear it and can't since Lauren struck it. And this might be why she struck it. Mind your business at home, ma'am.
And she can talk all around it for days. And I don't care. I don't care. But I know the truth. I think, and John, good Lord, John, I worry about you. I worry about Banks. I am concerned about you and Banks. John, you can call me tomorrow. You can call me anytime, but I want to talk to you alone, me and Larry and you, because we need to talk. And I can explain this a lot better. Anyway, John knows. I'll tell it how it is because he knows that's how I am. Just in case you ever have to deal with something like this, it is. Please have a therapist. Please, a professional therapist, because without her and without all my friends and my family and all our supporters around the world, we'd have never gotten through this. But I can officially say now that I am through it. I am. Otherwise, I would be talking to you right now because I could never address this kind of crap because it took what little energy I had to live. I didn't have the energy to even get on here and even think about commenting on this kind of stuff from Lauren. I'm sorry to see what is happening there, but there were a couple of things that really broke the camel's back here. And when I heard she compared when I saw she compared herself to Charles because nobody's listening to her, I call bullshit. That was so disrespectful. It was unconscionable. It was so wrong. Don't claim to be there for the victims when you're claiming to be a victim yourself and using a victim as you're comparing yourself as figure of being a victim. My brother, come on, what the hell? Think about it. Where do you get off doing that? That no, I call bullshit. That was it. Then I'm gonna mention Tylee. That's really Colby's gripe, but I can tell you from an aunt standpoint, that was the same thing. You are not outspoken like you don't even know Tylee. How can you? No, no, it doesn't. No, you shouldn't say a word. And then let's throw in Charlie Kirk in the mix. I didn't know him, but and I know you probably didn't know him, but still, there you go. There's another one. Just stop. If you're really there for the victims, like us, like you say you are, like Lauren pretended to be, and then she'd walk around us and trash talk us. And I do know that. And I do know it wasn't AI. I know it was real. And she can talk all around it for days. And I don't care. I don't care. But I know the truth. I think, and John, good Lord, John, I worry about you. I worry about Banks. I am concerned about you and Banks. John, you can call me tomorrow. You can call me anytime, but I want to talk to you alone, me and Larry and you, because we need to talk. And I can explain this a lot better. Anyway, John knows. I'll tell it how it is because he knows that's how I am.
Wow. I guess everybody could hear that, right?
Yep.
That's a lot. And it says a lot. And Kay was respectful and kind and gave you grace, Lauren Matthias, which is a lot more than I can say you've done for anybody. I don't care about who was sending Lori Vallow money on the books and who was doing what, all the messy girls you surrounded yourself with. That's on you. Poor choices in life. But you no. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm. And thinking it's okay to do.
And anybody who didn't understand that loud and clear, you go back later and rewind it and listen to it again. What Kay says. Her last straw. She's known about this stuff. She tried to handle, she still tried to be there for Lauren and handle it behind the scenes, whatever. But when you came out and then you stood there and Lauren said, compared yourself to Charles Vallow, Kay's brother. I'm crying about this, but nobody's listening. I'm just like Charles Vallow. Man, we all saw the body cam footage where Charles Vallow absolutely tried to reach out for help and warn people about Lori Vallow's bullshit, cult crap. And we saw what happened to him at the hands of Lori Vallow and her brother. You're comparing yourself to that man? Really? And again, Tylee, outspoken. I'm just like Tylee. Honey, you'll never come close to being what that little girl was. Not in a million years. You don't got it in you at this point. On the Patreon, you know what happened there? Like I said, you took it out of the court's hands and brought it to public opinion. And you said that you withdrew that case because of law and crime. Then you said on that 9-hour live, you needed to come and present all of the evidence and needed to tell the whole story, quote, and not half-ass it. You couldn't do that in court where it mattered, where it counted. No, you brought all that
That's
evidence
just to give her narrative.
story
Shaka said
to
that.
a 9-hour live, and you didn't want to half-ass it. So you and John make jokes about the depends instead, because everybody noticed your ass didn't get up and go pee.
No, I said that too.
Yeah, people noticed. People notice a lot. Oh, and let's not forget, now people know that you don't have the cleanest mouth, Lauren, because you are human and dropped a cuss word. You feel shameful when you cuss because you're Mormon. You don't feel shameful when you're in a bar sucking down alcohol, cozying up to people. She says, when Grayson, her producer, appeared over on the Web Sleuth show after all this broke, so to speak, and we had to hear how traumatized Grayson really was, Grayson goes on Web Sleuths to say her piece. Oh, she needed to sit in her truth for a moment without being copyright struck for it, without being warned beforehand not to go spreading misinformation. Don't do it, Grayson. No, that didn't happen, did it? No, Web Sleuth platformed Grayson with her sweet little innocent voice and let her sit in her truth. Lauren says about that, she decided to go on a show. Speaking of Grayson, she decided to go on a show, and I said she could do that as long as, and then the next sentence, she deserved to do that. Ma'am, that was a video that you and John edited. So it should have been, she said, when she told you she's going to go on the show, you said she could do that as long as, and then it cuts to you saying she deserved to do that. You said she could do that as long as what exactly? You gave her permission to go on Web Sleuth as long as she did what exactly, Lauren? Because that part's been edited out, and then it goes to she deserved to do that. See, some of us are critical thinkers, and we pay the fuck attention to what matters. Your eyebrows don't matter to me. Then we have to hear about your MS. You didn't want to go to court because you didn't want private information divulged about you and your child, medical stuff, the meltdowns and all of it. But we hear you have MS, and I apologize. I feel bad if you do. Karen Reed has MS. So does Jen McCabe. It's an autoimmune disease, one of many autoimmune diseases that in the United States is not a disability, Dr. John. Technically, it's not a disability. I can't go get a disability handicap sign because I have an autoimmune disease. And yes, studies have shown stress will trigger an autoimmune flare-up. It happens all the time, to me, anyway, if I allow stress in my life. I learned a long time ago how to, take care of that because I have autoimmune, and I know what stress can do to my body, Lauren. but I'm not here for medical advice. Go to your doctor, the real doctor. Don't come out here and use your autoimmune disease to tell us why you're coughing. So, are you using your autoimmune disease that you allegedly have to pull at the heartstrings? Look, I got a flare up from the stress that this has induced. Stay off the internet, ma'am. It will help with your stress. Don't go fighting families instead. That takes a lot of energy, doesn't it? To go that level, it has
Exactly.
to take a lot of damn energy.
And she can't use that as an excuse to make what she's doing okay. There's no excuse for that.
I need to go, Lauren, I need to take a break and go to the restroom. I doubt you're listening, but just in case you are, I keep saying your name. I'm sure somebody's watching for you everything that's being said about you on the internet. That's been happening for what, about damn near the whole year?
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
Yep.
I people watch all the time. You don't never know where the hell I'm at looking at stuff. I do need to run to the restroom, people, because I am a human being that has bodily functions, and I want to grab a cold Coca-Cola. So, Butterfly, can you entertain everybody for a moment?
Don't ask me to sing
She's
because
like, I'm
everyone will
normally in chat
disappear.
doing this.
And no depends are used during this live stream.
Oh God, no! I couldn't. Oh hell no! So, with that said, I'll be right back, guys. Give me a moment. I need a moment, Lauren. Just a moment's all I ask.
So how's everyone doing this Monday morning? I got extra coffee this morning. And thank goodness I did. Hello, Miss Lizzie, Anna Lisette, Lucy the Bengal, welcome in. Good to see everyone, and thank you everyone for being here. We appreciate it. Dixie, what color are you dyeing your hair? Yes, Forrest, I was up early too. I went to bed really late last night, so, but I'm here. I'm here. This is important because it just really gets under my skin when people try and take other people's voices away, especially when it comes to victims. It's just, I hate bullies. I hate bullies. And hopefully her karma will get her soon because this is just uncalled for. Like, people like that shouldn't have a platform if you're going to use it to disparage victims and other people, in my opinion. In my opinion, make that loud and clear. Thank you, Irish female. I love butterflies. I think I only dyed my hair one time and it was blue. And then it took forever for it to come out, so I never did it again. But those sound like nice colors. And I completely forgot about Halloween. Does anyone have plans for Halloween? I think I'm just staying home. Um, Austin this past weekend was pretty busy. We had a shooting downtown. Body was found in Lady Bird Lake. We had another death. We had bad storms with lots of rain. And I'm hearing, which I haven't investigated or done some research yet, um, other bodies were found, and they haven't said if they're related to the storm or not. So who knows if we'll ever find out because
Talking about
there's nothing to see there, right?
Are you talking about the latest going on at Lady Bird?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I was just talking about how crazy it
You're,
was this weekend,
so,
crime wise, anyway.
exactly, and that is an important. Um, some developments have been made in those cases, and we've been covering that here.
Mm-hmm.
Victims who are turning up dead in bayous, Lauren. Interesting story. You should have followed it. But we'll get on. We will get back to real true crime this
Yeah.
week. I promise you guys that. Now, I'm hoping I've come a long way since my last therapy session with Dr. John. Y'all think he'll be proud?
Funny you said nothing about Lauren.
Huh?
Funny to be said there, which
Okay.
nothing to see there, right? I guess.
Y'all ain't had them babies yet. Pokemon and Woozy. What are them girls waiting on? Let us know. Let us know. Keep us
Yes.
informed. Hey, class in crime, welcome in, Vixie. Welcome in everybody who's just joined us during this show. I appreciate you guys being here. Um, I don't know if many of you saw the Patreon or their little rebuttal video. And Dr. John went into this long, drawn out analogy, broke out his textbooks even. And during this whole little presentation, Lauren was oddly looking at the camera. Y'all know me. That
Mm-hmm.
body language shit's junk science because, she
And
scratched
reception.
her head or she rubbed her eye or she blinked 3 times. But if you get past someone touching their face and really watch their body language, like a true empath can do, you see disturbing things that go, And I don't need to watch a body language expert to tell me what to watch for. I kind of have a spidey sense about myself. Same thing with people's words. People's vocabularies are different and their baseline is different. Come at me with this word. They used this word, it meant that. Okay, whatever. But when you watch this video and Dr. John's breaking out the textbooks and highlighting cases, citing relevant information to analyze all of us and what we're doing out here and how we're covering the drama of it all. Dr. John, I was very put off by that. So much so, like it really bothered me, dude. I've been to therapy off and on over the years. Dr. John, can I tell you about my experience for a moment? I'm hearing tell that Kim Kardashian is running around hollering about a brain aneurysm. Listen to this, Dr. John. Can I pull at your heartstrings for a moment? Because that is not my intention, because I've sat in this place of peace for a very long time. And I've took 20 years to get here, and I worked incredibly hard to do it. And I'm very proud of how far I've come in my survival. My oldest daughter was 16 years old, a healthy, vibrant, beautiful young woman with her entire life ahead of her. We had no idea she had a huge brain aneurysm inside of her brain, ready to explode, until it did, following a massive headache. My daughter didn't survive. Unbeknownst to me, when she got her driver's license, she wanted to be an organ donor. It's things we had talked about in the past, but I didn't even realize she'd done it until they approached me at Shands Hospital in Gainesville, Florida. Mind you, I'm from Northwest Florida, hours away, where they had to transport my daughter to try to save her life. But unfortunately, the Lord had a different plan, they say. We were approached. My daughter saved the lives of 5 other individuals because she unselfishly gave her organs away. I got a letter from one of those family members. I never replied because I didn't know what to say. I thought about it many times over the years. I hoped they knew I was so happy for them because I knew my daughter was dancing in heaven and was incredibly proud of herself. Doing God's work is what they say. But, John, a lot of us learn over time what real therapy is about, not this phony shit you came out here with and tried to gaslight an entire industry of people. It was pathetic. So when I go to Twitter and I hashtag hidden gems, I hope they can look at it and see it for what it is and not blindly follow the mass. Because it appears we got some wolves running around in sheep's clothing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can I point the finger at she's LDS? I certainly could, but I won't because I don't give a fuck what your religion is. This ain't right under any circumstances. And what you did when you came out and said all you said, you broke out some Brad Pitt analogy about how some accusations were made against him, how obsessed you get with these celebrities and you just look up everything about them. And you're so impressed with his catalog of work. Never mind what the allegations were about him because that doesn't pertain to his body of work. Lauren's body of work deserves all the credit and attention y'all can give it because it's amazing. This is fucking award-winning Pulitzer Prize shit right here. Never mind, she's a horrible individual. Never mind that. It doesn't matter. I can't tell you what Brad Pitt does. I don't know that dude. I don't stalk him. I know he done some movies and stuff throughout the years. I've been alive a long time, John. The Brad Pitt analogy was pure ridiculous. Absolutely. It didn't even make
Mm-hmm.
sense. It had no place in this at all. And then he gets a theorizing a different whole story where there's a theory involved. And she's comparing her. I can't even. Talk about not owning your shit, ma'am. Walk into the bathroom, close the door, look in the mirror at that person staring back at you, and own it. No matter how messy it gets in that bathroom, own every single bit of it because you and God always know the truth. No matter how you try to lie to him, it ain't gonna work, girlfriend. If that dude's up there and all that exists, I need to get there one day because there's somebody waiting on me. But he knows, right, Lauren? He knows the ugly truth about us when nobody else does.
So much so he put it in the boardwalk.
Yeah, I think she better fall to her knees and say some praying right now. And learn to have real compassion. Learn to develop a little bit of empathy. Because here's the thing about empaths. Everyone should be capable of empathy. We know from being in this genre, and you don't even got to be in true crime to know this, you can experience this. Narcissists they don't really have feelings like that, like the rest of us, because it's all about them. All about them. It's not about you, Lauren. It never was, never will be. And now that you've tried to make it about yourself, and then you want to go and tear down families behind their backs to make a buck, and then have your husband come out here and go all in and go to bat for you all over the place and gaslight everybody in front of him. And I don't know what that was. I guess the hidden gems will fall for it. The gullible people will fall for it. We don't. And you said, John, y'all fought hard for privacy. Can you define that, sir? Is privacy making friends with a family member so they get comfortable enough to tell you stories about the loved ones, intimate details about the family? For you to go to, are you exploiting it when you go talk about it, or are you supporting the family, John? Which one is it? Hang on one second, guys.
I'll be right back, Salty.
You're good. He said they came in from the start of this being a private case. His direct words, we came into this being a private case until Law and Crime came in and the media request was granted in spite of our objections. Yes, sir. In the court of law, your request to silence the court was rejected. You didn't like that, huh? We didn't like it in Delphi either. It sucked. It's fucking horrible. Long nights were had trying to get information on that case after court. That one, we couldn't have survived Delphi without Lauren being there to bring us the deets at the end of the day. Nothing else would do. Cover Delphi. Case, I don't even think you covered a whole lot before the trial, and you saw all that going on the social media. I need some of that pie. I need me some of that. You got it, ma'am. They're having a field day with your ass, and don't say I blame them, and I apologize if I offended anybody in the Delphi community. I apologize. Y'all do you, cranks. Have at it. Can't say she ain't deserving what she's about to get. And I'm not calling anybody to action. Them rogue fuckers operate on their own. You don't tell them what to do. Nobody, Lauren. You push the wrong buttons, baby girl. Push the wrong buttons, ma'am. Do you? John said their goal was to always keep it private. Wanted to get the injunction and keep it enforced for several years and never talk about it. I'm sure that Kay and her family would have loved for Lori to be arrested early on, sent straight to court, get this shit over and done. Boom, we're done. We can go on and try to get back to some normalcy in our lives and grieve for our loved ones and move on. But no, that didn't happen for years. We had the crazy lady accused of all the crimes going wacko over here in Idaho, Miss Lori Vallow. Then we got all these people behind. It turned into a chaotic mess. High profile cases do not need the extra drama. I had no idea it was that bad in Lori Vallow's case. I saw it firsthand in Idaho turned my stomach. Saw it firsthand in Delphi, turned my stomach. Here we are, Lori Vallow. Same shit. Creators fighting behind the scenes, running amok, talking smack. Victims this, victims that, families this, families that, got the dirt, got this, I'm first, I'm everything. Fall on my every word. To the point you don't even want to discuss the case ever again. I got that to that point with both Idaho and Delphi because all I could think about were the victims. What happened to them? How this two different guys, one in a county jail, one in a prison, and we're all talking about all kind of other shit instead, bothered me. It's hard to find chats that talked about the case outside of the whodunits. Those rabbit holes are deep and dangerous. Do they have their place? Absolutely. Can social media be of help? Absolutely. Sometimes do you got to fight fire with fire? Absolutely. But at what expense? John, come on, man. You wanted to keep it a private case for years. You wanted to silence Lauren's adversary for years and never talk about it. Is that what you're trying to do to the world right now? Trying to do to Kresha last night? Are you kidding me? And then you spoke about the ripple effects pertaining to your child. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Y'all keep trying to reassure that baby. Like Kay said, call her, John. Because that should be the biggest priority right now out of everything else. You said you felt like you were in an episode or the movie It's a Wonderful Life. For who? Is it a weird? You got weird analogies, my guy. You claimed that you have the support of the families, the victims, and other creators. Everything being said is nonsense. Direct quote, John, from your hidden behind a paywall show. Some of us have style too, John. Make that make sense, John. Y'all claimed that you have support of the families? Really? Because that's not what I saw last night. I think you do. And other creators. Web Sleuth? The lady who sent Kresha a text and said, please don't go live and spread misinformation? Okay. All right, John. You're right. That is nonsense, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Then they brought up this conformity bullshit. Lauren doesn't conform. You mean like those Delphi cranks that people make fun of? People who are my friends, I consider my friends, most of them. Huh, imagine that. That's I'm saying these are your words, and you don't conform. And people have a problem with people who don't conform. John said that she is more of a creative because she doesn't conform. And that sets her apart from the rest, he said. Not that you don't conform, he says. It's that you have your own opinions, your own unique perspective, and that he says that is what sets her apart. That describes a lot of people, John, who don't conform. But that sets Lauren apart because she doesn't conform. Well, what does she not conform to? Societal, what rules, regulations, the court of law? What does Lauren not conform to, sir? Women drama? I think she was all up in that shit. I think she started it. Actually, she started it. So I don't know what she don't conform. So now for Lauren's great, we're all just we're sheep. Let me see. I would not be being transparent if I didn't touch on this for a moment. Everybody that knows my channel knows I have a friendship with Joe Schmo. I've been on his panel multiple times. He's been over here multiple times. Yeah, all eyes. I think that's what it is. I don't know for sure. I have talked to Joe Schmo a couple times. We all know that he took a picture and then he's over there on the web sleuths and they're just eating him alive, basically. And I don't know how to tell him to handle this situation. This is what I do know, and I said it before. Joe was there when Lauren tells people in the little circle, I got a stalker, and there she is. First time he heard of it, first time Woozy, anybody that was there, and Jeanette, first time everybody's hearing about it. Well, those in that little circle right there. Funny how that worked out, Lauren. Funny how that worked out, Lauren. You're making new friends because your old ones are dropping like flies. So your new friends are around you. There's my stalker, and she's so close to me. This is, oh my God, I'm scared to death. We got you. I'll snap a picture. I'll take a video. End of story. And then maybe somebody came out and misspoke before getting all the information. That's their story to tell, their battle to fight, not mine. So I'm assuming when he's ready, he'll come out and talk about that aspect of it. I do not support supporting somebody blindly without getting all the information, and I'll leave it at that. Not when we're all here for facts and the victims. So John thinks that her not conforming sets her apart from everybody else, and those girls got mad at her because she didn't conform. Because Lauren said they thought they were going to make a little girl clique, you know, and that was never her intention. Her intention was never to be a part of their little girl clique. What was it, Lauren? A work thread? It was a work communication messaging thread, and you chose to use that to trash talk people? I'm really confused by you a little bit. Just a little bit on some of your statements I need some clarification on. If these girls were just work people, what the hell are you doing trashing victims to these people? It may move on eventually to a new job. Didn't you steal Grayson from Annie Elise? That's the rumor. Was she there covering Delphi for Annie and taking notes? Because Annie would. I don't even know if Annie was there or not. Did Grayson offer to take notes for you during Delphi so you could go home for trick-or-treating with your baby? Did she take work product back with you when you snatched her up and brought her to the Airbnb? I don't know. Legit question, though. Did she take work product with her? That's kind of frowned upon, isn't it? I hope that didn't happen. John wants to go on and describe this thing called style. philosophical meaning of the word style. When you don't conform, he also said, when you don't conform, you have a certain set of morals. Sir, do not come after my morals. Don't do it. I was raised Southern Baptist, the Bible Belt. Don't come after my Southern morals. We'll bless your heart and you'll know it. But the fear of God in somebody and the quickness, my mama would say, I'll put the fear of God in you. You're like, what does that even mean, mama? She had a lot of them. She had a lot of that. My mother, bless you, was her yesterday was my mom's, well, 2 days ago was mom's birthday. Happy birthday, mama. Taught me all I need to know about integrity and morals and beliefs and values in the court of law. My interest in true crime and the Constitution stems from my mother, John. I held my grandpa's hand till he took his last breath, as a matter of fact. I didn't go on a YouTube live and talk about how sick he was. Took me away for 9 hours. No, God, nothing could have drugged me away from that man's bedside. Nothing. So John goes on to explain this style and how, because she has this style, it means she's a very creative person, and it allows her to be a different type of thinker, and she can bring her unique ways to a story. She certainly can, John. She's like a spin master. Put that bitch on spin. It'll all come out in the wash, Lauren. Miranda Lambert's got a couple of songs for you, baby girl. That'd be one of them. It'll all come out in the wash. And when you're in that bathroom having that breakdown, don't forget to clean up the bathroom sink before you walk out. Every day, I take my medication. I thank the Lord for this day. John says cults don't like those who don't conform. Cults. Do we all fall for cults because are we conformists? John, did I fall for a cult? Cults don't like those who don't conform. If you conform, they can control. Lauren is a creative. Her job to present evidence and facts, but also to put her creative spin on it, her insights. That's what sets her apart from other journalists in true crime. Can I read that again? If you conform, they can control. Lauren is a creative. Her job is to present evidence and facts, but also to put her creative spin on it, her insights. That's what sets her apart from journalists in true crime. Well, I'll be damned. That's a crazy statement right there, John. People in Delphi who spoke out against the injustice that might have been unfolding before our eyes did just that, what you described. You call them crazy. Crazy conspiracy theorists, them little Delphi people. Sir, you need to look in them textbooks some more. Get them books out. John also says when you don't conform, you become ostracized from the group, eventually seen as bad or evil, labeled dark, he said. By Lori Vallow. Who labeled them dark, sir? Her friends that she pissed off or Lori? Kay Woodcock was on a damn hit list, dude. A real legit hit list. Have you heard Kay talk about What she had to go through, I'm sure you have, being such a dear friend of the family's. The great lengths that she had to go to protect herself before justice caught up to Lori damn Vallow. Here for the victims, my ass. John says the idea of her not being a conformist and having her own style and own creativity. Lauren interrupts and says, "And friend, it was never my intention to make a little friend group." So, you sharing personal thoughts on people with some women you didn't even want to be friends with? Butterfly, does that make sense?
Mm-mm.
That's what keeps coming back to my mind. You said all these things to these women, but you keep doubling down and tripling down. They were not even your friends, not even worthy of knowing you like that. So why are you talking smack to them then? Shows how messy you are.
Yep.
That's
Happened fast.
exactly what that does. John says, when you broke away from the group, and she interrupted and said, "I'd like to think I was never in the group." Look, John, I can mock too. Ha 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 ha. She said, I'd like to think I was never in the group. I bet you would like to think that, Lauren. But you were. You were the ringleader, ma'am. You and Lori Hillis pulling some shady shit on Crescia, and then y'all turned against each other at some point. Boom, here we are. Messy, messy, messy. I had heard the rumblings way back in the day, but I didn't give a shit what was going on between some podcasters and a book writer. I was more concerned about what's going on in that Lori Vallow Daybell's trial. Shit, she murdered her 2 kids. She's on trial, people. No camera in the courtroom. Imagine that, Lauren. Lori got her way. Didn't have a camera in the courtroom. Did you take a play from her playbook, Lauren? That's sick. No, we had to sit up at night and listen to audio to figure out what happened in court that day, to try to bring justice to those children for the families. That's what some of us cared about. But she wanted to think she was not a part of that little group. In their eyes, I broke away. So John says, when you broke away, she's like, no, no, no. In their eyes, I broke away, John. She always likes to correct John when it doesn't quite come out the way she wants it to. You don't think I didn't notice that, Lauren, as you took your notes on what your husband was telling us was wrong with us? Lady, you picked the wrong one to match wits with.
Sure do.
Super observant. They had a perception that you were much closer to this group, he said. You were never in this group, John said. He compared being a Mormon to being an outcast. So, John, are you saying that people, is that why people didn't know she was LDS for a long time? She was afraid she'd be outcast if they found out? Seriously? We're not stupid. We know that all LDS aren't bad, just like all Odinists aren't bad. Hocus pocus. Cauldron's in the backyard with a big old fat smudge stick sitting in it, if you want to know the truth. I'm going to need it at the end of this show. So it's out there waiting on me in my peaceful spot back there with nature. It's called touching grass and grounding. Try it sometime, Lauren. Grounding goes a long way, baby girl. Comparing her to the Mormons being an outcast. She's an outcast. And they were on the Patreon because they wanted their privacy. But he says he realizes in their declaration it said that everything they were doing was being followed by the alleged stalker. Every word we're saying is being criticized and critiqued, he says. John said that performers mask pain all the time. Yeah, we got to watch out for those mask wearers. They're everywhere. Lauren says to the camera, "What do you guys do when you're in turmoil?" She says, "I work. I like to work." Oh, okay. So you're a workaholic. What are you working on, Lauren? Your next presentation to the courts of public opinion? What are we working on? The video on the destruction of social media and high impact cases, high profile cases? Are you working on a documentary about how families can be manipulated and used? I need to know more. I need to know more. Last night was really the last straw to all this mess when you did what you did to Crescia and Kay Woodcock. You don't get to come out here and compare yourself to their family member and then try to silence them. If that is not the biggest red flag to anybody, I don't know how to help those people. Forrest Gump's mama wasn't wrong. You can't fix stupid.
Yep.
Don't tell me I was duped.
Yeah.
I'm gullible. I'm an empath. I believed her. All the things. Because you're supposed to be able to do your homework, make up your own minds. Supposed to evaluate the information fairly. See it for what it is, no matter where it takes you. Pack your empathy. Pack your feelings for a minute to get to the truth. Because if an injustice gets done, how is that justice for a victim?
Very true.
All Eyes, thank you for clipping that earlier. There's All Eyes. There's my girl, my keeper of all things. Yeah, listening to Crescia talk about not having all of Tylee's remains last night was gut wrenching. I didn't know they didn't have all of her remains. Yeah, there's a lot that I think people aren't aware of, right? I mean, Lori's been a part of the true crime stuff for so long, and we're all just like, put her to bed. She's been charged with everything. All of her trials are done. And then all this comes out that was going on behind the scenes to do with that. And the families being overshadowed and overlooked as to what they really went through. And can you imagine being Kay and listening to this woman compare herself to your brother after she's cozied up to you for years? I don't watch the politics or follow a damn thing to do with Charlie Kirk. That man didn't deserve to be shot and killed at all. I don't care. That right is right and wrong is wrong. Didn't deserve it. Nothing about the circumstances of what all's transpired since. I don't watch it. But the woman stood up and compared herself to that man as well and wanted to reinforce that they were in the same county. What does that mean, Lauren? Politically speaking, what the fuck does the same county and Charlie Kirk got shit to do with it other than politics, ma'am? Who the fuck you think you kidding right now? There was no other reason to bring that up and talk about the county. You got beef with the county and their protocols. You got a beef with the judge. Your husband's got a big old beef with that judge right now. He sees stalking very differently than the judge does, even though he's a forensic psychologist who's here to analyze all of us. He also knows more than this judge does, who went to law school. But your supporters are overlooking that. And those people who came out of the gate hot and heavy to support you blindly, without examining evidence first, without taking a step back and going, well, we'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But then when the stuff began to come out, right? Where's their coverage of that? Can anybody tell me, did Web Sleuths, did she cover that court hearing?
I have no idea because I don't follow.
I don't think she
I
did.
don't watch anything she puts out.
Okay, it was a claim and not a strike.
Oh, wow.
It will allow HTC to claim revenue. Yes, so she'll share her
Wow.
revenue with her, right? All Eyes, that's how that works, sharing of the revenue
That's
to the
disgusting.
creator, or, the copyright holder. So look at that heifer. She's trying to make bank.
Also, victims,
Hold on,
again,
hold on. Here's
that pisses me off
the big
more.
bad truth about this stupid ass YouTube. If there's some ads rolling in the background, you're making maybe a few dollars at come on, Lauren. You going after a
That
dollar
is fucked.
bill on some ad rolls? Really? Things are probably getting tight around the house. Income's about to start dwindling down anyway. Hope y'all got savings. But your wardrobe cost a fucking fortune. Because you've actually, do you got a sponsor still? Because you've made videos about it, of how you get all your personal shopper gets all your clothes, and you order online, it's all just shipped to you, Lauren. That's what you wear when you're on the road. I watched that video a while back and thought, this is weird. I didn't need to know about her clothes. Sponsor much? Weirdo. It's all about your appearance. It's all about appearances to you, Lauren. But you messed up. I don't care about your appearance. I don't care about your credentials. I don't care about your style. I don't care about your creative content. True crime doesn't need creators. The content is the crime. How we present it to you is where the creation comes in. Right? How I present it to you is where that creative comes in, Lauren. I ain't got to create these cases. Some bad guy did it for me. Like Lori Vallow, Brian Koberger, and allegedly Rick Allen. And I understand the man was convicted in a court of law, but I can exercise my right to still say allegedly. Because I don't know. Because they danced in the dark for a little too long in Delphi, Lauren, trying to hide things, trying to keep a camera out of the courtroom, trying to keep documents sealed and never to be spoke of again. So I don't really know. And unfortunately, you being there, boots on the ground, didn't get me there either. No matter what you think. Because I don't need a talking head to make up my mind for me. It's the last thing I need. I don't want nobody to come in here thinking, I'm going to bring the business and make up their mind for them. Please make up your own minds. We're just here to have a conversation about it and bring the facts. And say, yeah, well, this is also being said, but we know this is, this is a rumor. It's just, I can't believe it went to this next level. Dr. John seemed like someone I'd rely on counseling. Both are rabid prosecution, not facts, that's opinion. People can present themselves one way and turn around and be another. So is this man living in the flesh as a man, and he's completely blindsided by this woman? to the point he's embarrassed himself on a world stage, and I wonder what other forensic psychologists saw when they witnessed that. If I'm wrong and they agreed with that, hey, I'm willing to hear it, but bring out your textbook to back up that theory first when you do it. Because we can all see that for what that was. And this gaslighting these two keep doing has got to stop. Anybody who still stands firm in their support, do you, but you're making a fool out of yourself at this point.
Yep.
And the fact that Trisha from Web Sleuth, one of their biggest supporters, come out and tried to shut Kresha down last night was beyond me. And if y'all are fans of hers, I am entitled to my opinion. If you don't think that was wrong for her to do, you should at least wonder why she did it. Why would she text the family member and accuse them of about to go live to spread misinformation about Lauren Matthias? I didn't hear any misinformation spread in that show last night.
Nope, it was still her opinion, her own feelings.
I saw them
How
sit.
she interpreted the situation, the whole thing. Sorry.
Are you kidding, Kel? He's doubled down on that. Well, we'll see how that works out for him. Good luck. Good luck with that, sir. I never really watched you. The only time I ever watched that dude is when they come out for clicks and views and supported Karen Reed. Oh, he couldn't have been hit by a car. And here's why, my forensic analyst. I've had enough of you people. Had enough of it. Sit down, Duty Ron, and your whatever that guy's name is. Okay, well, people can see. I'm not the moral police. I don't care who's friends with who. Ask yourselves, am I really that person's friend, or they just tell me I'm their friend because we're friendly to one another?
Right.
But y'all can do whatever you want. To me, it's not about friendships at this point.
No.
If you've made a mistake in this process of this court of public opinion Lauren decided to conform here, put out here, own it, come out, say your piece, and sit down. I'm not going to take a side here because I'm absolutely going to stand behind Kresha and Kay. Period.
Yes,
And what Web Sleuth did should show everybody, is that woman really anybody's friend? She was supposed to be Kresha's friend. Let me text my friend and ask her not to go live and spread misinformation about my other friend. That's weird. And that says all I need to know about her, too. And I'm done with Grayson. That might be in the same category as Dylan Mortensen. Sorry, not sorry. Jury's still out on that one. Thanks, Kel. I appreciate that. We get a little mouthy around here sometimes, but we don't try to disparage families. We don't go on the attack of other creators. I don't have behind the scenes wars. I had one issue one time with one creator because of his stupid mod team and his own inability to own his shit. But that's over and done, settled, right? I didn't hold back on that. I still don't. But that's my truth, and I spoke it. You forced my hand, like Lauren's doing right now. One final reminder of how despicable and destructive she thinks that a family member is. I'm still appalled to find out you think that Cresha's actions are despicable and destructive. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean.
But that's not her place to say. The whole family, everything that they've gone through, that's not her place to say that, nor her husband's.
No, I don't even. Why would you say that? Her actions
Exactly.
are despicable and destructive. What actions? That she went on a YouTube channel and spoke about her experience and her feelings about her family member being unalived by Lori Vallow. What in the fuck? What's so despicable and destructive? Her diving into the LDS and looking for a connection, if any? Exploring cultism, Lauren? That's despicable to you and destructive? How? Tell me how. Chad Daybell's over there writing doomsday books and shit, forming cults, prepping for the end of time. Lori's some sort of goddess. And did you know that Jesus is coming to exonerate her and Chad soon? Her Jesus, she said. Lori Vallow said her Jesus is coming soon, and her and Chad's getting exonerated. She might be right. Who am I to judge? I don't fucking know. Stop it. It's just time for everybody to stop it with the drama and pretend like this woman ain't caused a fiasco, a complete mess, and focus on what she did to this family member this last night. I'm going to focus on that. The shift, the focus is off the picture takers and the video takers and the blah, blah, blahs.
Because it goes deeper than just a copyright claim. I was so nervous.
Copyright claim is a woman being petty.
Yes.
Stop it, Lauren. I'm not going to argue all freaking day about your pettiness. You're being petty when you copyright strike people over what? Playing your face for a moment, a sound of your
But she
voice
doesn't.
for a moment. Stop it. You platformed family members for how long? And now you're
She
crying.
doesn't do it to everyone. She does picks and chooses who she wants to do it to. She doesn't do it to everybody because there's been plenty of people out there covering her videos.
That shows more of her pettiness.
Yep.
So if she's not out there copyright striking everybody else and she only chose Kresha for whatever her messed up little reasons were in her brain, because Kresha had the loudest voice. Kresha had the only damn voice that mattered.
Yep.
Okay?
Agree.
So Lauren, you're not playing. I'm not a fool, ma'am. Stop it. Let's call that what that was. Why did she only. Here's why she struck Kresha. She needed to silence that voice, the woman she
Yep.
calls despicable and destructive. Plain and simple. I'm not going to sit here and debate Lauren's. It just, there's no debating why she did it. It's pretty fucking obvious why she did it.
Yes.
Okay, Woozy. I think there's a lot of things about that night people need to come clean with on the exact events that went down in that bar last night. Because here's the thing. As an investigative reporter, paying attention to the details that matter, it would appear Lauren got her damn day pass to go to an event where she knew her alleged stalker was going to be a year in advance and put her plan into action to get this girl arrested because the court wasn't going to go for this 30 days in jail ankle monitor bullshit that
It's
Lauren.
crazy.
So she absolutely laid a plan. And it worked, didn't it, Lauren? So while you're sitting there eating your Taco Bell, so you can drink in a little while, how many people saw what you were doing in that bar, Lauren? And I'm going to leave it there. And I'm going to go outside and touch grass and light my smudge in my little cauldron. And bless your heart as I enjoy this rainy southern afternoon. Might or might not have more coffee. Haven't decided yet. Might need a nap. I got other cases to work on, Lauren. Well, Lauren, have you took the time to understand and really see what Brian Koberger did to his victims that night in Idaho? Remember that case? Idaho 4? November 13th? Need a refresher course on the case? I'm your girl. Lauren. We've done a lot of work over here on the channel on that case. Our work product is quite nice. We deep dive documents. We explore the rumors and theories, but we base our opinions on facts. And we absolutely support these victims. Xander Kronodal, shine on, you crazy diamond. Shine on, baby girl. Kaylee. That's a girl I'd have loved to have had on my team, Nina. Not you. Can I join your Idaho 4 team? Why? So you can come in here and dupe my community into giving you money to pack up the bags and run cross country, Nina? And set up some dog kennels in some parks or something?
Yeah, she didn't get close to Idaho victims'
I have no
families because
idea
she
where
knows Olivia would have ripped her a new one.
ain't nobody talking to that lady. I'm done with it. I'm done with other creators going on their shows and all they can talk about is what everybody else is talking about and how they're just here for victims and they're so full of fucking sympathy. Well, if you're not here to discuss the facts of a true crime case, what are you here for? If I want to attend psychology class or a psychology course, I'll sub up and come to that. But when I think I'm coming for a true crime discussion that turns out to be psychology class, I'm like, I'm good. Well, serious people don't come out and publicly speak on it so no one knows what's going on. They keep it behind the scenes. Shh. Shh. We can't let everybody know we were fools and we platformed somebody and got our people to support her. We can't do that. We can't own our shit. Only person I ever saw come close to owning their shit in this space was publicly buzzed. I love you, my guy. Such a good time over there.
Yeah, he's great.
He didn't have no shit to own. Do not get me wrong. Don't start no damn rumors about my buddy. It was talking about Idaho 4 coverage and what the atmosphere was like back in the day and the impact social media has on high profile cases, Lauren. Some of us have style and we can critically think and create. Go back and listen to John's definition one more time so I can be clear on it. And I reevaluated myself and did a little bit of self-work over the weekend once he diagnosed me the other day. I took a long, hard look at myself. Did I play into this? Did I crank? Did I get cranked? Huh. Did I work up the audience a little too much? Did I go a little too hard? Did I make fun of her looks? Fuck, I don't care about none of that. What I saw last night was appalling. Completely appalling. Crescia, I am so sorry that that happened to you. Because believe it or not, Crescia and Kay, some of us really are here for victims. And unfortunately, little old channels like mine, we get overshadowed by those huge popular channels, especially the regular YouTubers with all the bells and whistles to offer. They overshadow us a lot, and our voices aren't heard either. But it's not about me. So I appreciate the ones that come in because I wanted this platform to be about your voice, Kresha. It was silenced last night in a way I've never seen by some, and the person who tried to do it is, and it's just the whole thing was disgusting. And I wanted to give them their voice because they deserve it too. What makes you think they don't deserve it, Lauren? Because it wasn't going to be in your favor? Somebody didn't speak positive. In that hearing, your damn attorney kept asking the witness, were those videos positive about my client? Well, fuck no, they wasn't positive, dude. If they were, we wouldn't be sitting in the courtroom, would we? She was out there hyping up hidden true crime. We wouldn't have been sitting in the courtroom trying to keep cameras out because Lauren's all concerned all of a sudden for privacy and protecting her 8-year-old baby. Oh, Days Jade. Well, thank you. Thank you. Certainly will. I appreciate that support. And that's going to get me a lot of coffees. Y'all know I'll be running on that coffee. I'm about to set me up a coffee station near my desk. I got this plan. Thank you. Appreciate that. Guys, I just, oh, it's, guys, wrap them in your love, right? Just send them some special vibes, say prayers, whatever you do. Hold the family close because they don't deserve none of this nonsense. They don't deserve some messy ass women from Facebook groups getting involved with a true crime podcaster, talking smack about everything to do with their case behind their backs. And they have no idea what's going on when it's going on. They're just here trying to get justice for their loved ones. And this bullshit's going on behind the scenes. Is that what CrimeCon was based around? How many of you messy fuckers were at the CrimeCon? What are y'all doing behind the scenes back there at this highly commercialized event these days? How many people attended Joseph Scott Morgan's talks on forensics, criminology stuff, crime scene stuff? How many? Or did we flock to the Delphi stage to stick it to Jerry Holman? I can't stomach looking at them dudes. And I don't want to fuck with the families. So I just leave them families alone in Delphi. I ain't never went after them families. Never went after the Gonsalveses. They gonna feel how they feel. They lost a child. I don't care what any of y'all say. Feel how you want to feel about all those family members. They're the ones who lost a child, not you. Let them sit in their truth and have their feelings. And if you think they actually did it, you better come with some receipts on that before you go run that mouth on the internet. Because you ain't no better than Lauren Matthias.
Yep.
I think everybody needs to check themselves and have a little more respect for families. We try to talk about cases with sensitivity. Sometimes it gets real ugly. It is what it is. That don't mean we don't support families. We're not ever
We
engaging.
don't exploit them.
Yeah. I'll never get past, I mean, I've gotten past it, obviously. But the day you and I were holding that show on Madeline Soto and got raided by a little
Mhm.
mad mob group, mad mob of mods coming in hot for another creator because Salty's gonna go do a morning show and steal your thunder. What thunder? Your ass wasn't even streaming in the daytime. Y'all fucking asleep because you up all night or whatever. I don't know what y'all do. Talking,
Doing shady shit.
I don't know. You know, it's stupid. Oh, who's that? Hawkeyes. Oh my goodness. Thank you very much. Thank you for your support. It's not uh thank you. Y'all know I've always tried to come with the truth about how I feel. I don't like getting wishy-washy. I don't like being fake. I will never come out here and pretend to be one way on a screen. Well, I don't put my face out there, but I won't come out here and pretend to be one way, and then I'm behind the scenes, I'm another way. The few people who do talk to me behind the scenes know I'm the same way regardless. Am I not, Butterfly?
Yeah, she is. So am I.
Ask Dolphin, ask Firefly, Rachel, Butterfly, and Joe. That's literally the only people I'll talk to behind the scenes. I don't go talking to a bunch of people behind the scenes and creators and such. I don't even know what half the other creators are doing half the time because I'm busy trying to do my own stuff. Why would I want to go and consume another I watch other creators on cases that I'm not actively covering here, right? If I want to follow another case and I just don't have the capacity for it because I'm doing so much other, I'll go watch another creator on that. But that's it. I don't go hate watch the enemy. I don't go, I don't got time for none of that. And I hope everybody learns to quit doing all that stuff and refocus what true crime should be about. If you think about it, true crime discussions, like the stuff you watch on the Datelines and the 48 Hours, all the things you were consuming on TV. You have a forum here to be a part of a community to discuss it, but instead we got to discuss drama. And the minute a case happens, draw a hard line in the sand, and you better either support or jump to the other side. Which one's it going to be? Are you kidding me? Based on a probable cause affidavit, I got to jump to a side. I thought the legal justice system was different. Innocent until proven guilty before a jury of your peers. Once I've seen all the evidence. Yeah, that's how that's supposed to work. And that's how we're gonna roll. So we did that here in this case, I feel. We waited for the court hearing to come out. We waited for the documents to come out. We analyzed all the evidence coming out, brought forward by the plaintiff in the case. We listened to her expert analysis that she brought onto her team. This guy with some expert analysis, we listened to him.
And what did the judge say?
In the end, I had to go with what the judge said.
He wasn't about silencing someone's opinion.
Jesus, I can't even. I'm gonna get a headache. I have to go lay down after all this. Like, whoa, this energy. But I kind of feel good getting it off my chest. I've been sitting with this all weekend long. Sometimes it's better for me to, well, it's probably always better for me to sit with something for a minute before I'm like, because if I go balls to the walls, there's no telling. It will come out.
Not always good.
It ain't gonna come out real pretty, and John will see that as a sign of I haven't made progress since our last therapy session, and I wouldn't want that. No. I want to show my style. Dr. John, are you proud? Did I show enough style during this show? Integrity? I don't like to conform either, so I didn't conform to the bullshit that your wife was right all along, no matter what.
More integrity than the Night Hour and their second live and their Patreon together.
I feel like I've made progress. All right. Everybody, hope y'all made progress since Dr. John's last therapy session. I don't plan to show their shit here on my channel. My channel's took enough hits lately because the content we discuss is not pretty. So I got a couple of times this month, I got, your content wasn't ad suitable because of the topic. Ideation, Lauren. The topic was ideation, which is not friendly to YouTube advertisers. So I took a little dollar hit for the month or something like that. But I'll take it because the subject was important and it was Ellen Greenberg. Oh, and then I got a copyright strike by a little old news channel because I played a clip about Jake Harrow, a child murderer. Oh, you can't use that. That's my material. Okay. We don't need your news clip to talk about how horrible Jake Harrow is. Remember that going forward, news clip, people.
Well, more people got to see that news clip, right?
Right. Didn't I put some more eyes on your channel when I did that? Because 9 times out of 10, I'll say, this is a news clip from so-and-so. Trying to be all courteous and stuff.
Yep.
Has some style, integrity, colleagues and all. Oh wait, I'm just social media, so I don't count. Good Lord.
You wouldn't be seen
Goodness.
if nobody shares it. Who's to say how many people even go to
I
that
don't gotta
anymore?
share their shit no more. I got a note right here. I got notes. I got notes. I got notes. I know not to play their stuff ever again. They'll never get the light of day on this channel again. I even said their name. I said what station it was. I don't care. It's ridiculous. You don't own a story. I didn't play it because I was uninformed and needed you to come tell it for me. I'll never make that mistake again. Jesus
I
Christ.
agree, Miss Woozy.
What'd she say?
You would think.
It's public domain. Yeah, whatever. They don't. These people are getting all. They're getting so crazy with their little protections, jealousy. They're afraid that YouTubers might actually have an impact on the news. People will abandon social or the mainstream media the once and for all and run to the YouTubes to get it. I, I don't know what their issue is about it, but it feels like that's part of the problem. How many mainstream um, anchors have we seen come to YouTube starting YouTube channels? How many?
Hmm.
Mainstream media personalities coming to YouTube. Why? To compete with little YouTube channels. Is that strategic? Is that a money grab or is it controlling a narrative? You tell me.
All the above.
I got respect for a couple of them,
Well, they're not all like that,
but I
but
know to take y'all with big ass grain of salt
yeah.
because your name's on a national program somewhere don't make you better.
I haven't been here a long time. I think a little over a year. It's crazy. Sometimes I think, should I just go back to just watching documentaries?
Oh, I
This
don't
is
know. They're not going to
crazy.
drive me away. These dumbasses that
Oh,
are trying to drive us off YouTube for years with their bogus bullshit. Why? Get out of my space. I'm literally here to talk about true crime with you. I can sit there and watch a documentary all by myself. Nobody else around me cares.
hmm.
I'm single by choice, by design, people. Don't come at me like that. Oh, you need a man. No, no, bitch, I don't. Quit it. So
Yeah.
nobody else in my little world likes true crime. So I can watch the documentaries like I
Same
always
here.
do all by myself. But, I like to talk about them with people. I like to talk
Yeah.
about the cases with like-minded people. So you're going to drive me off a platform because it's not safe to have those conversations. No, no.
No, for me, it's more the issue with the victims. Like, I can hear people, they go back and forth all the time. That, like, I can choose to just not watch that. But when I see shit like this that happened yesterday,
This is
it
next
just
level,
really gets,
girl.
that part of it gets under my skin.
Yeah, exactly. It's next level. Look,
Hmm.
not only were God bless his soul, Steve Gonzalez, whatever you want to think about that man, he had every right to come out and defend his daughter, her honor, be mad as he needed to be. Did he
Yep.
handle things right? I don't know. I'm not going to sit in judgment of how he handled things
Mm-mm.
in a moment. But what happened to him with social media creators and people on the
Yeah.
internet and how they start reaching out to you and they got your backs and they love you and they support you and we got the truth and only I have uncovered this. And what do you do? It's so overwhelming.
Yeah.
So they can thank themselves for those who think Christy Consalves might need a little help. Yes, she probably does. In part thanks to y'all. The rest
Right.
you can blame on
Made it
Brian.
worse.
All right. Let's blame Brian Koberger for what he caused to the family. All right. We're going to go for the day, guys. I hope y'all have a good afternoon. take a deep breath, all the things, get yourself right, ground yourself for a moment. We're not going to let this lady come out here and walk over families. Things
Mhm.
aren't always beautiful in cases like this. Families get slandered and trashed. It is what it is. I wish it didn't happen. And like I said, if someone's got a legit reason to come out here, like the Rebecca Harrows of the world, that's a different case, right?
Right.
Different type of case. People need to start making sure they're doing that first instead of just going after a family to do what? Without a, because you got a feeling, well, they were the last ones to see them. She was the last one that dropped them off. She was the last one to do this and that. Well, everybody's got a last person to see them. Do y'all not realize that? Fuck, really? In every case, there's always a last person to see the person. Are they guilty now on merit alone? Stop it. All right. I'm gonna have to go before I get a big old headache. I'm gonna get on
Breathe, Sophie.
I'll get on one of them salty tangents. Can't find my way back.
I'll pull you
I'll
in.
unpack all my thoughts in my head at one time, and y'all gonna be like, "Whoa, girl, calm down. What's going on there?" I don't want to project. None of that nonsense. Oh wow. Um, if y'all need good laughs, I'm sure y'all can go out there and find some people giving the good laugh to this. Because sometimes if we can't laugh, what are we gonna do, right?
Right.
But it's not funny. None of this is funny. What happened
Mhm.
last night to the family members of Charles Vallow after you came out and used him as an example, and then you chose to take down their voice after you did that, is completely appalling and will never be forgivable in my eyes.
Yeah.
I don't care how they come
And
out and spin it.
and also remember, you can't control what other people think or say, but you can control your own self on how you react to it, respond to it.
The ultimate
Yeah.
control is self-control,
Mhm.
okay? Um, like I said, Dr. John, I took my therapy session seriously. Took a look at myself. I examined the evidence your wife presented. I touched grass. I tried to get my thoughts right because I was all over the place. I felt some kind of way, I won't lie. But dude, I we think you need, like Kay said, Dr. John, call her. And I used All Eyes X clip earlier to play you guys Kay's statement from last night, or one of her, what she said, because like I said, Lauren decided to silence her last night. But thanks to a lot of smart people with style who know how to act quickly, we were able to memorialize it like good little detectives.
Yep.
I love my peeps. All right, guys. Thank you for coming in. Thank you all for being here, listening to my rant. I don't mean for it to be like a rant for me. I want to be able to speak on behalf of those families, but not speak for them. Show up and support them. Show up and show we're not going to tolerate what we saw last night. And do not come out here and gaslight me with your damn. Don't do it. Don't force my hand at that point. Because if you come out and double down on it now, you're opening yourself up to a crank nation. And I don't mean just Delphi crank nation in general. It's already happening, Lauren. It's what you get for trying it in the court of public opinion versus the court of law. So you can follow All Eyes there on the Twitter. Thank you, Butterfly, for dropping that link. Always a great resource and friend of the show here. And I thank you guys for coming in. Like I said, I'm going to go. I'm going to do my thing now and chill out. And hopefully, I'm back tomorrow with a true crime episode. And Butterfly, thanks for coming up. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you for having me, and thank you everyone for helping us give Pressure and her family the voice that they tried to take away from her last night.
Yeah, that was ridiculous for them to do. But Dr.
Mhm.
John, call Kay like she's recommending. That's all I can. The only advice I have left to give you. Anybody else who got caught up in this mess, make your peace, man. Make your peace. All right, guys. Y'all go have a good evening, and I'll see you back here sometime tomorrow. Bye now.
Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you all for watching this here video. Please like and subscribe and follow. Much love from little Yas to each